It's hashtag Friday Pod 8. Everybody knows what day it is. You can see it in the background. If I'm trying to get this stream stuff sorted out, if it's laggy again this week, I apologize. There's absolutely nothing that I can do about it. I'm trying to get fiber optic cable. Apparently that does not exist in Florida, where I live. So I'm doing my best to get that sorted out. Secondarily, we have a bullish pattern on silver, which I know probably nobody gives a crap about. But you can make a lot of money on it if you go into the Forex markets or a silver ETF, or if you're outside of the United States and you can trade CFDs, you can make a lot of money off of this silver trade and this setup by trading XAG USD, which is the silver pair, versus US dollar. Secondarily, Bitcoin has a massively bullish pattern that has formed. That does not mean that we can't pull back. Okay. And I'm going to show you the technical analysis. It's wild, honestly. I actually posted all the technical analysis on this, I think like yesterday or something like that. And very few people showed up to it. And everybody's like asking and screaming like, Drew, when's the bull run? Drew, when's the bull run? And then I'm basically laying out the map and the blueprint for it for people. And then they don't show up. It's wild. But we are migrating it, my regular content, to a new channel. And if you're not watching that channel, dude, I have absolutely no idea what you're doing. So anyways, here we go. I am going to go ahead and share my screen a little bit and show you exactly what it is that I am talking about, because there's some pretty cool stuff happening right now. Okay, so let me go ahead and get my screen up in the background, and then I'm going to get myself down out of the way really quickly, and boom. Okay, so let's move me over here. Now we got a baby Drew in the bottom right, and we can essentially come right over here. Bing, bang, boom. Okay, so first off, if you're not following me on Twitter, dude, follow me on Twitter. I'm dropping bombs every single day, almost, it seems. Here's the bullish pattern. If you're also not at my new YouTube channel at Drew_Wolfer, that is where everything's going to be going down. So I have a video airing on the silver pump that's probably likely going to come. And that's airing like as soon as this gets done, right? It airs, I think in like 30 minutes or something like that. But then the full video is going to be on that Drew Wolfer channel tomorrow. So there will be a video on my channel about this channel, but there will be a new video on that one. Now, with all that being said, if you want to stay up to date on things that I'm doing and things that I'm looking at, make sure you're following my Twitter. There's not really much more I can say based upon that. And we'll get into some other stuff here in just a second. I'll do the Bitcoin analysis for you. I'll show you where I think gold and silver are going and all that stuff. But let's get into the crypto stuff first, and then let's talk about the Wolfer stuff first, right? So first and foremost, we are seeing that a lot of weird stuff is happening in this presidential race. Right. And oh man, they're popping stuff up here. A super PAC funded by cryptocurrency companies and investors have spent more than any other industry group to back incumbent Orange County Republican Michelle Steele. Okay. So a lot of people, there's a lot of speculation that actually Trump is like kind of ahead in California. I don't think he's ahead. I think that's just people speculating, and it is what it is. But in any case, we do have the election coming up in 4 days. So be ready for explosive moves, seriously, in the Bitcoin markets, in the stock markets, in the commodities markets, in the Forex markets, right? Be ready for explosive moves once this happens, because we're literally 5 days away from this stuff happening. And you're already kind of seeing, let me get all this stuff off here. You're already kind of seeing all of these like weird things happening, and a lot of, you'll see a lot of scams popping up yet again. And I'm probably not going to cover the scams anymore, because for whatever reason, my scam videos aren't getting too terribly many views. So let me just make sure that the stream is actually doing what it's supposed to be doing really quickly. It seems to be. Okay, cool. So with all that being said, I'm going to talk about a little thing that a lot of people might know is Mr. Beast, which is the largest YouTuber, might be getting roped up into about $23 million worth of crypto, basically pump and dumps and influencers. And this is going to happen. I urge people to take notice of this. This happened in the last bull run. It's going to happen in this one. And look at this chart. We're gearing up for the next bull run. Hopefully it loads fast for you. But look at this chart. I mean, we're literally gearing up for the next bull run. You can zoom out and see we've got a massive cup and handle forming. Boom, long-term cup and handle. And we've got some massive price targets on it. But my point, make sure that you are paying attention to who you are listening to, okay? Make sure that they're real. Make sure that they're not just trying to make money off of your backs, because I promise you, that's exactly what people are doing. That's exactly how these influencers make money. They're not running businesses. I mean, they're influencers, so their influencing is a business, and some of them have like other streams of income, like, oh, I'm going to sell a course on how to run YouTube ads or something like that. But normally you are going to be the business for these influencers. Pretty crazy. So I'm not going to touch too terribly much on this because I'll probably get gray listed, even though my channel, I'm pretty sure, is already gray listed for talking about a topic that the algorithm doesn't really necessarily want you to talk about, that I did back about a year ago. And if you search my channel, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about, because I ran a series on it, like basically like an idiot. And I didn't know that they were going to be that mad about it. But, we'll call him Mr. Schmeist. He could be roped into allegations of about $23 million worth of pump and dumps and a bunch of different crypto wallets that they've linked to him. There's a huge investigation on him right now. Would not surprise me if CoffeeZilla picks it up. Would not surprise me if they bring up all of the crypto punks and the Gary V call that he did with Logan Paul and all these influencers that basically bought all of these NFTs back when NFTs were, doing crazy numbers. And then they basically profited from it substantially. And then he took a lot of crypto payments from all these other cryptocurrencies and then was dumping those coins relatively quickly. Then we've got Coinbase literally dropping 15% after earnings, posting its worst day in more than 2 years. That's honestly not the best news, but I don't think it really matters for the cryptocurrency markets. And I'm going to tell you why. Okay, because even though Coinbase is down, it doesn't necessarily mean that crypto is going to be going down. Okay, that means their profits are down. That means that their earnings per share are down, and their revenue expectations and growth expectations are down. Okay, so read into that however you want, but I wouldn't read into it too terribly much, because it is what it is. Coinbase is a business. They are not tied to crypto. They service crypto. Okay, so it's not like their coin is down 15%. Their stock is down 15%. So that's essentially what's happening. So why is Bitcoin up right now? Bitcoin's price targets the all-time high with strong momentum. Okay, I'm not actually going to read this article to you, but we'll give you the TLDR on it. One reason why Bitcoin is up is because MicroStrategy came out with this guidance that they're going to be buying hundreds of millions of dollars of worth of Bitcoin over the next few, I don't know if it's like years or whatever, but yeah. That's essentially why Bitcoin is up right now. Let me check and make sure the stream is all good. Everything looks good. Okay, cool. Actually, let's go ahead before we get into why Bitcoin's up, why it's running, where we see everything going. Let's go ahead and take this off and let's run through the comments section real quick. We definitely forgot to do that. Okay. We've got Sea Lion here. Happy Friday, Pi Day, and Dia de los Muertes. Okay. Happy Halloween to anybody that actually celebrated it yesterday. We appreciate everybody for showing up. If you're here from the future, hello from the past. Make sure you smash the like button. Make sure you hit subscribe. Boom! Bang on the notification bell. Hopefully it didn't, my audio, I'm trying to get my audio dialed in where it doesn't like blur out my booms, right? But make sure you go to my new channel, Drew_Wolfer, if you want to see my content in the future, because we will do Friday Pi Days here for a while, but we'll probably keep Friday Pi Day here and then move all of my content essentially over to that new channel that is not being suppressed, right? Is not gray listed. We've got Jeremiah Keeter says, it's Friday Pi Day, baby. Hashtag Friday Pi Day. We said go Bitcoin and go Wolfers. Yeah, Duck rules. That is Paul D in the Discord. Absolute legend. I'm hoping that we see, based off of the analysis that I'm going to show you here in just a second, which is awesome. And go check out my videos where I do full-on analysis. I mean, it's like a 15-minute video. It's great stuff, and it teaches you so much stuff, right? Make sure you're paying attention to that analysis whenever I'm posting it, because I promise you, I'm doing it for a reason, because I want people to know about this, okay? And, make sure you're following my Twitter, because I'll throw up a tweet really quick, whereas it takes me a long time to blah, 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 do a YouTube. Drew, it's November 1st, and the 90 days is up for Burlcore to start payments. Yep. What did Nate Diaz say whenever he beat Conor McGregor? I'm not surprised, MFer, right? I'm not surprised. I am not surprised. So I wish I could pop up the Nate Diaz GIF on the screen, but I can't, unfortunately. And I also can't, because it's a family-friendly channel. So, yeah, Burlcore is just not awesome right now. You know, everybody is hurting. Everybody's hoping that they get it sorted out. We're all pulling for you, Burrow Core. Hang in there, buddy. We really would like to get our money back, if possible, if you're not going to continue the project or company into the future, right? If you were going to continue the company into the future and people weren't so distraught at the way that it's been handled up to this point, and there's no end in sight, I think it would be different. But I think people are just really frustrated with Burrow Core right now. We're hoping for the best on that. I have no information. Obviously, they like blame me for it somehow. Because that Drew Wolfer with his YouTube videos, man, he screwed the pooch on all this. I have absolutely nothing to do with Burrow Core. I'm not on their team. I'm not on their board. I've never advised them on anything. I don't have anything to do with any of their ecosystem. We had some money in it. I had some money in it. I know a bunch of people that have money in it. Wolfers have money in it, I'm sure, right? That's the extent of my ability to help Burrow Core. And if they want to jump on a call and talk about it, I'm more than happy to do it. But I mean, like, I can't do anything about what they've got going on. So let's just hope for the best with them, man. Unfortunately. Hey, Wolfer family, it's Friday Pie Day. You already know what time it is. He needs a pizza. Zulu Canadian. Zulu Canadian needs a pizza. Perfect day for it. Have an awesome Friday Pie Day. Everybody, yes, absolutely. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate everybody that showed up to the call. So let's get into some other stuff really quick. I want to talk about where I see everything going, okay? Because this is going to be important for people to pay attention to for Wolfers, in general, first and foremost, and then secondarily for people to understand kind of our strategy for Wolfer to take profits or, be able to distribute out dividends and things of that sort. So this is where kind of like the rubber meets road, where we get into that nitty gritty stuff. So let's go ahead and do it. And I will drop me down a little bit. We need a baby Drew in here. We don't need a big Drew. Where's it at? This thing is hard to navigate, man. There we go. Okay, cool. So we got the baby Drew on the sidelines. He's down there. He's doing his thing. Let's get it going. Okay, so what are we talking about? What you talking about, Willis? Okay, so first and foremost, if you are following me on Twitter, you saw me call this at $73,000. I said, this is where you short Bitcoin, right? And in Gary Cardone's voice, this is where you short Bitcoin, man. All right. So I'm shorting Bitcoin, 73K. All right. I love Gary. He's one of my favorite people personality-wise. He's hilarious. I always impersonate him. I was going to go to his Halloween party and be him and impersonate him, but I didn't get to do that. I think he would have loved it. Maybe. I don't know. He might have been annoyed. Anyways, I told everybody to short right here at 73K. I literally tweeted it out. You can see it right here. This is where you short, baby. This is where you short. Okay? Timestamp that bad boy. What happened? We dropped down to 70K. We actually dropped down to 68,750, which is kind of where I was telling people this could potentially go. If you watch my analysis and things of that sort, all of my trend lines and my moving averages and stuff like that. So anyways, here's my point. Bitcoin is in a massive, massive bullish, okay? One of the most bullish patterns that there is, cup and handle, okay? What's more bullish than a cup and handle? Probably a head and shoulders, potentially, or inverse head and shoulders, and potentially a double bottom. Those are the two things that, in my opinion, could potentially be a little bit more bullish than a cup and handle, okay? Now, with this cup and handle, okay, this is going to take a while to play out. As you can see, we're still in the handle, okay? We could drop all the way down here to 55 grand. I don't see us getting there. I see us getting to about maybe 65.5 is our downside, I guess, limit. Why? How, Sway? Because that's exactly where the 50 moving average is, okay? And our moving averages are in a bullish pattern, all right? So it's about 65.5, all right? I could see us jumping down here, definitely, but I can't really see us going much further, too terribly much further than that. Now, why? Because there's massive support. First off, there's massive support at 68K. First off, and then second off, there's massive support right around here at the 69K level. Now that we have fallen through that 71K level, there's massive support at 69K, 68K as well. Then you've got 65.5 for the most part. Okay, there's a couple of levels in between there, like pivot highs and stuff like that if you go down to smaller time frame charts, but we're not worrying about those. We're talking about big moves here. This is something that could take, anywhere from, a couple of months to 6 months to play out, right? I'm not saying that we're going to $131,500 by the end of 2024. We're not doing it. Okay. We would have to go absolutely parabolic straight up in terms of charting, just straight up, straight line in order to get there. But my point is that over maybe a 12-month period, absolutely, you could see yourself potentially getting up to, $135,000, $130,000. Now there's three, we'll call it three key levels that we have to hit before that. You got to get through 83K. Okay, 83K is the full extension, 4.236 on the Fibonacci that we drew all the way back from 2016, 2017 bull run, right? That's the full extension on that, 83K. Once we hit that, we'll probably recede a little bit, bounce, boom. We blast through it. We're looking at 99K. 99K is literally the target from the one of the Fibonacci pulls from the 2020 bull run. And I believe it's the 1.618. So it's attainable, is my point. Also, 99K is right at that 100K like psychological level where everybody, you've heard a lot of people say it like, oh, I'm not selling until 100K plus, right? Boom, 100K hits, a lot of sell-offs, probably go down to 83, maybe 90, boom, bounce. We get it back through and we go up to about $109,000, which is another key Fibonacci level. And again, go watch my analysis on this. 15-minute, super concise, awesome video. Literally posted it yesterday. Then we've got the 130, right? So those are our key resistances. 83K, obviously the all-time high is the key resistance. And I'll tell you how we confirm this pattern here in just a second. All-time high, then there's 83K, right? 99K, 109 to 110-ish range. And then boom, blast off to 130, baby. And then it could go even further to, about 147 and then probably top out around 175 if it even gets there. I'm not saying it's going to get there. I'm saying the levels are there for it to go there. Doesn't necessarily mean that it will. Okay. So take all that with a grain of salt, and you have to visit those things at the time. This is the same exact thing that I'm going to be telling you for Wolfer when we're deciding, okay, where do we offload profits here, right? On these master and validator notes like ETH, Phantom, Flux, Avalanche, right? Where do we offload that? During altcoin season when we're on the way up there, because you can almost guarantee if Bitcoin does almost a 2x from here over the next year, those altcoins are going to do 5, 10x's some of them, right? Now, maybe ETH only does a 1.5x or a 2x or something like that. I could see ETH getting up to maybe 5 or 6K pretty easily. I don't necessarily think it's going to go much further than that, potentially, just because I think the narrative has changed on ETH and they need to figure out the fees. But Avalanche, room to go crazy. Best tokenomics in the game. These guys are going to kill it, right? Phantom, probably going to kill it. Flux, one of the smaller caps that's probably going to kill it, right? So even if ETH only does a 1.5x or a 1.4x, right? But Phantom, Avalanche, Flux, all average a 10x, like you're looking at big gains, right? And we're looking at an Avalanche that's at like $25, 26, $27, right? So it could literally 5x from here and just be at the all-time high. You're looking at a FTM that's like 80 cents. It could literally 4x from here and just be at the all-time high, right? Same thing with Flux. You're looking at Flux at 50, 60 cents. It could 5 to 6x from here and just be at its previous all-time high, right? So these are the things that we will be taking into account. But this big, massive bullish pattern is one of those things that's going to get us there. And here's what I'm going to tell you. If you look right over here, what is going to confirm that this is about to play out, this big leg up? And the way that I've measured that is I literally take it from the bottom of this channel of the cup, the low of the cup, to where the top of the cup is, right? And that's where the handle is. This is a really good cup and handle. Why? Because first off, the handle is super duper flat, okay? The more flat it is, the better. The more it's angled down, the less likelihood it's actually going to, do what we want it to do. Now, in order for this to confirm, we need to close a daily candle above the $73,835 level and some change. Why? Because that's the all-time high, and that's where the top of this cup and where the handle starts, okay? So, with that being said, there's also a cup and handle on the monthly chart. It has not been confirmed because we closed the monthly candle yesterday under the all-time high. So we can't confirm that until next month, potentially, right? The weekly candle closes on Sunday. So if we breach and close a candle above the all-time high, by Sunday, then this cup and handle is going to be confirmed on not only the daily, but also the weekly chart. That is extremely bullish because you're going to see massive buying volume coming in. I'm not saying that you buy right whenever it breaches. It'll probably do something like what silver just did. Okay. Silver just pumped up a little bit after it breached the neckline of the head and shoulders, or the inverted head and shoulders pattern. It came up just a couple of bucks, right? 32.20 up to about 34.80, right? Came up a couple of bucks, came back down. It's retesting that level. This is where you would want to enter on that retest. If it bounces off of here, that's when you enter and you go long, baby. And that's exactly what I'm going to be looking for on Bitcoin. Now, does Bitcoin have the ability to not retest sometimes? Absolutely. So yes, you can leg into that position. But once we get more up to these types of levels up here, the 99 level, the 110s, the 130s, that's where we're going to start looking at the other indicators, RSIs, right? RSI's right here. MACD. Are we seeing any bearish divergences in the RSI or the MACD? Are we seeing all of this stuff being overbought to where we know that there's going to be a decline coming soon? And then we take our profits at the top. You let the chart tell you, and you trade based on rules. This is the rule right here. I'm giving you the rule book, right? And I can, give you more of the rule book in all of my other videos, but I only have so much time on these calls, right? So secondarily, that's kind of gives you the understanding of what is happening with Wolfer right now. We are in a holding pattern, as is the rest of the cryptocurrency markets. Bitcoin is like near its all-time highs. Bam. Tried to test the all-time high 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different times. The more times a resistance gets banged on, the more likely the next time it gets banged on, it's going to go through and it's going to give way. So my point is that we're setting higher lows whenever we're banging on this support, right? Or banging on this resistance, right? We've usually been coming down all the way back into this bottom portion of the channel and then retesting. So let's see where we shake out here. And if we bounce from this 50 or this 100 or this 200 moving average and we start heading back up, my bias is that's when we're going to start seeing that bull run starting. And that's when alts will start going, because that's why alts aren't going right now. Everybody is so focused on Bitcoin right now. Unless you're buying and selling and speculating on all these different like poo coins, right? I'm talking about all of the like the meme coins and things of that sort. You're not paying attention to anything else but Bitcoin, because this is going to be the thing that breaks, that makes the rest of the market go higher, right? So let's do the quick silver analysis really quick, because this is something I'm super excited about. I own silver. I like silver. I like gold. Okay. You know that I've got like a gold and commodities trading course coming out with verified investing in like a month or something like that, however long it takes them to edit it and stuff like that. I'll let you know. But anyways, I've been doing a lot of technical analysis. I've been getting back into the technical analysis and kind of putting it into practice. Okay. So I'm probably going to be taking this trade from a Forex perspective, trading the XAG USD pair, but in futures, not Forex, sorry, in futures. I will be trading futures on this because as an American citizen, I can't trade CFD products, which is what XAG USD is in regular markets. So we have to trade Forex, and you can do that on Charles Schwab on the TD Ameritrade platform called Thinkorswim. So, whatever. Anyways, here's my point. This dates back to literally May of 2024. Like, this is a massive pattern, right? You've got your left shoulder, you've got your head, you've got your right shoulder. You measure here from the bottom of this head, right? This inverted head and shoulders, all the way up to the top. The neckline is very horizontal. Okay, that's key, because if this neckline is angling, the more or the less likely it's actually going to play out. The more horizontal it is the better. Okay. So that's kind of my point. Anyways, now we have actually confirmed broken this neckline. So we came up here. This is going to be what's called a pivot high, 34.70 something, right? And I put this on my Twitter literally just a few minutes ago. Well, actually it was like an hour or so ago. But anyways, I've got all my levels, my price targets, all that stuff in there. I put it inside of the verified investing community as well. So anyways, follow along with the trade if you happen to give a F. If you don't, whatever. Just fact check me on it though. We're coming back to retest this neckline, and what's likely to happen is a big bounce after we test that. And then our price target's going to be somewhere up here as you measure this line right here. It's the same. You just copy and paste it to where the neckline break is. Boom. You got a price target of $37.70. Now, where would you set your stop loss? Probably somewhere down here in the $30.60 range by the, 50 moving average. Because if you close a candle below this pattern is nullified. If you wick below it, the pattern is not nullified so long as that candle actually closes above the neckline again. So don't get wicked out by setting it to your stop loss like too terribly close. But at the same time, make sure that you are down here somewhere, protecting your account. But if you do see us kind of go down here and close a candle at like 31.78, get out of the trade. It's no longer valid. But this is where we're targeting, $37.70. So hopefully that's helpful for people. I really I just have kind of a, I just like doing it. I like the TA. I like the, TA analysis and stuff like that. I like being able to go out and trade these things, and, we'll see how those trades play out. So with all that being said, hopefully that is helpful for people. And we'll take it from there, man. I mean, that's all you can do. We're playing probabilities. We're playing the markets. We are saying, okay, this trade has a probability of maybe 80 to 90% of winning, right? That's all you can do. You have your rules, you have your set expectations, you set your targets, you have your plan, you have your stop losses, you have everything in place, right? You have your thesis, and then you should be able to support it. And I think I supported my thesis on both of those, Bitcoin and silver, incredibly well, at least in my opinion. And hopefully you think so as well. So we'll see what happens with both of those trades. I'm personally probably going to be taking those trades myself. Especially whenever we break the neckline on that cup and handle for Bitcoin. That's going to be nuts. It's going to be really nice. So with that being said, hopefully that was helpful. Make sure you subscribe to the new Drew_Wolfer channel if you want, like real live updates on things that I'm doing. Make sure that you're following me on Twitter, because I can get that out at lickety split. Like I literally do it from my phone. That's it. It's very simple. It takes me 4 minutes to do, right? And whereas a YouTube video takes me forever to do. And see what I'm saying? And you also don't want to wait until Friday Pi Day to hear these things, because you might be too late. You might be late to the party, right? So with all that being said, everybody have a good #Friday Pi Day with their beautiful families. I'm going to do the same. I'm waiting for my smoking hot wife to get home so that I can get some Friday Pi Day. And I will see you all in the next stream. Have a good day, everybody. Peace.